Turn me up, I like my money like I like my niggas. Green face card, never decline, know what I mean. Act up and you gon' make me make a scene. Only time you hear my voice is when they play me on the screen. Got bad habits, I'm not the one you wanna keep. She a trap star, put that lady on a tree. Got her ass so shook, she shaking like an apple tree. Yeah, this life ain't meant for you, but baby girl, it's meant for me. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. This lifestyle got girlies clocking on my teeth. This lifestyle can get you far, know what I mean. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. What it do? This my boo, she from the south. We running man just like these bitches run they mouth. I got the juice, but they still claiming it's a drought. If I say I'm coming through, I'm about to flip the house. That boy crazy, say he tryna have my baby. Hold on, Slim Shady, just like Mariah, drive him crazy. Got him stressed, make him feel it in his chest. Ask him how it feel, just like a bullet with no vest. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. This lifestyle got girlies clocking on my teeth. This lifestyle can get you far, know what I mean. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. Turn me up, I like my money like I like my niggas. Green face card, never decline, know what I mean. Act up and you gon' make me make a scene. Only time you hear my voice is when they play me on the screen. Got bad habits, I'm not the one you wanna keep. She a trap star, put that lady on a tree. Got her ass so shook, she shaking like an apple tree. Yeah, this life ain't meant for you, but baby girl, it's meant for me. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. This lifestyle got girlies clocking on my teeth. This lifestyle can get you far, know what I mean. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. What it do? This my boo, she from the south. We running man just like these bitches run they mouth. I got the juice, but they still claiming it's a drought. If I say I'm coming through, I'm about to flip the house. That boy crazy, say he tryna have my baby. Hold on, Slim Shady, just like Mariah, drive him crazy. Got him stressed, make him feel it in his chest. Ask him how it feel, just like a bullet with no vest. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. This lifestyle got girlies clocking on my teeth. This lifestyle can get you far, know what I mean. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me.
Yes, and I am using a speaker. And before I go live right now, after I'm finished with this video, I want y'all to know, from now on, if you're commenting something weird, rude, disgusting, or you're just being mean and trying to call me ugly and chopped and stuff, coming at me, coming for me in my live or something, or in the comments on one of my videos, you know what I'm doing? I'm just going to block you because I'm tired of it and y'all are getting on my nerves. It's because I'm not the 1, the 2, the 3, or the 4. Not even the 5. It's not the time or the place. I get paid to do this stuff. You do not. Let's not do this. Because I hate to block people's accounts. It gets on my nerves. And I bet you it's going to get on your nerves. So keep your comments. If they're rude, keep them to yourself.
Welcome back to the Vibers, the Blue Heart Gang, and if you're just getting here for the first time, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, click those notification bells so that you can know every time I go live or when I do another upload, because now we are in a relationship and yeah, we got to get into this bullshit. Vibers, what it do? What it do? What it do? Let me know. Let's get a sound check. Let me know if the sound is working. If you guys can hear me okay. Let me know that we are in the Mickey Ficky building. Okay? Dr. Pat, what's up, girl? Where you been, boo? What's going on? Chick Gardner. Hey there, girl alive. What's going on, Alikia? All right, so y'all already know what it is. We about to get into this mess, okay? But we don't just get into the mess, okay? We're not just gonna sit up here for hours on end and repeat. You know what I'm saying? We got to come with some logic and some receipts. And this is not, necessarily gonna be like the psychological breakdown, but this is gonna be more of you know, consider this like you ever, Gen X knows, consider this like the house where the spades cards go down, where we sitting around, you know what I'm saying, eating eating some wangs and playing spades and talking shit. That's what's going on right here. Okay, that's what's going on right here. So before we get into all of that, I just want to say what's up to my vibers. What's up to my vibers? I hope everybody's doing well. Do we have any birthdays? Do we have any celebrations? Do we have anything that we need to shout out? So listen, if you are new to this channel or to this community, okay, birthdays are very important to me. And I like to acknowledge life, and I like to I like to fashion my life with affirmations and positivity. I'm a manifester, so I love to give people great well wishes on the anniversary of their birth. Okay, that's what we do over here. Okay, let me know if we got any birthdays. I'm looking in the chat right now. Okay, Milkman said my auntie's house. Yes, this is Annie Nyla's house. Okay, baby, this is Annie Nyla's house. And what goes on in this house for some reason don't stay on this house. I find screenshots of it on other people's channels, but that's another topic for another day, Muffin. All right. Um, yeah. So we did the whole reaction to the little interview and all this kind of stuff with Claressa acting a fool. But how many of y'all recognize and realize that clapback, baby, not only was it distasteful, you know what I'm saying? And I do feel like the night that we reacted to the interview, which was, I think it was the same day. It was the same day that it dropped. We reacted that night. We did pull the receipts, right? To prove that she was a side chick. And I want to bring even more, okay? I want to bring even more context to how ridiculous this is, right? And one thing, let me look and see if I'm missing a birthday or anything. Really? Flawed Beautifully says, hey, Muffin. I'm celebrating my oldest daughter's 49th birthday today. Okay, girl, look, ain't nothing wrong with it. Okay. Do not let anybody shame you over how life began with you. Okay. Because even if you were a teen mom, a 20-something mom, a 30-something mom, whatever it is, you're still a mother. You still made it through. And if your daughter made it to 49, baby, you did something right, especially if you're celebrating it. So shout out to you. And shout out to your daughter. As a matter of fact, whatever her name is, we're going to give her some blessings. Okay. We're going to wish her abundance. We're going to wish you abundance. We're going to wish you and her continued success, continued good health, and just an amazing life. Okay. I can't wait to say that I have a 49-year-old daughter. Okay. I can't wait to reach that milestone. I really can't. So, with that being said, okay, happy birthday and congratulations now, because it's your daughter. We're gonna give her the ghetto affirmations, but we're definitely not gonna give her some of the other songs, right? But she grown though. So we can, wish her higher credit scores. Okay. We can wish her, of course, more money. Okay. More opportunity. Okay. And, if that's the way she float, we can wish her back to get blown out. Okay. In Jesus' name. All right. Fly Beautifully says, thank you. Glory to God. USMC veteran now. God had my back. Thank you, beautiful sister. Same likewise. And yes, he did. So let's celebrate our sis. Okay, and let's celebrate the vibers, okay?
I hope your favorite drink is always miraculously in your refrigerator.
I hope whenever you check your bank account, you got more money in it than you actually expected to be in that motherfucker.
And I hope every time you go pay your utilities, that shit say zero balance due.
And I hope that every time you crank your car up, it's a full tank of gas in it.
Happy birthday, sweet pea. Happy birthday, sweet pea. Happy birthday to you. May our good Lord bless you. May our good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you. Happy birthday, sweet pea. Don't worry about nothing. It get better, trust me. Happy birthday, sweet pea. I love you, sweet pea.
All right, and we are back, and I see somebody passed their nursing exam. Who passed the nursing exam? Girl, you passed your nursing exam. That's what I'm talking about. So now that you passed your nursing exam, first of all, congratulations, Muffin. Okay. My nurse friends are the richest bitches that I know. Okay. They are paid. Okay. Those women eat well, drive well, dress well, look well. I love it for you. Okay. Shout out to my nurses in the building. For some reason, my chat has always been heavily inundated with the nurse sisters, and I love it. Okay. Because baby, we healthy over here. We taken care of. Okay. If anybody has any issues in the chat, if you go into cardiac arrest, we got like 30 nurses on staff in the chat right now that's gonna come and help you out. If your finger start bleeding, anything happen, we got CPR going on in this chat right now. Okay. Okay. This is a healthy chat. Okay. We are better over here than most emergency rooms in the hood. Okay. And we turn nobody away. Amen. Okay. And what I want you to do to our nurse friend, okay, this is what I want. I want you to open up your own record label, just like Clarissa's boss. Okay. Just like Clarissa's boss did. You could open up a record label too. And you too can be the owner of a Win Records type establishment. Amen. Sexy RN CCRN said, not this nurse, she tired. Okay, Sexy RN say she off duty. She says she may be an RN at work, but when she's in the chat, she just sexy. She just sexy in the chat. She not on that she not on that shit for real. So anyway, yes, congratulations to our new licensed nurse. Okay, but yeah, for real, go open up you a record label. Go do it, baby. Go do it. You might as well. If Ruben can be a LVN and own Win Records all within 1 year, baby, so can you. You can do it too. Okay, this is America where all dreams come true. You can do that shit, girl. Go open up that record label, girl. Okay. Welcome to Nurses Row. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this mess. So we know, okay, and do me a favor, y'all. Y'all already know we about to have fun. We about to kick it. We about to get some context that was not there before. Further receipts of the depravity of this situation. Can we get some likes? So far, we just started and we got 443 live viewers and we got 196 likes. That is not nice. That is not nice. We don't even have our one dislike that we usually get. Come on through, dislike and likes. Come on through. Okay? Let's get into this mess. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. While we're getting into it, though, y'all, I have to say, Bajan Princess says, I have my NCLEX, my NCLEX coming up. Please wish me luck. Absolutely. We wish you blessings. We wish you favor. Okay. We wish you success on all of that. Baby girl, you got that. You already know. You already know. Now, what I want to do is I want to point out some hypocrisy, right? And when it comes to Claressa, can I just say this? Because I'm not even finna go the alleged route with this chick, because this isn't alleged. She's a liar. Okay? Claressa just simply lies. And it's really it's really sad at this point, because I don't even get or understand why she even puts herself in a position to be outed for lying all the time. Like, it's like her tea is so easily clockable that it don't even make no sense. It don't even make no sense. But that's neither here nor there. I know we all heard about the tweet where she basically responded to the situation with MzShanique. Okay. And I want to say this to MzShanique. Shout out to you. And I will say that I did misunderstand where she was going in the interview in the beginning. But baby, once she asked that question, I was like, okay, MzShanique is on my type of time. And what I mean by that is she was the first, well, we have to say second, right? Because technically, Ariel went there in that interview that he did, right? He went there when he straight up asked her about freaking Remy, when he straight up asked her. And I think that, to me, that's where the disrespect is. I feel like it was a reasonable question to ask, you know, how long do you plan on being in a relationship with a married man? And I don't think it's anything wrong with her asking that question, because I mean, that's what's happening. That's what's happening. You know what I'm saying? And Claressa, you know, had the nerve to be a little upset and a little mad about it, but it's okay. Let's go ahead and get into what I wanted to present first. And what I wanted to show first, y'all. First, I want to show this, because why are we even having this discussion? We literally talking about a jobless Ninja Turtle that is Papoose, okay? I mean, it is a shame that this woman is out here getting embarrassed, fronted on, and just talk bad about all behind this ninja right here. Cause at my, you know, why? Is he really, really worth it? Is he worth it? I don't think so. But I mean, clearly she does. Clearly she does. Okay. But what I want to bring to y'all attention is, I'm going to bring back the clip because I want y'all to see where I'm going in my thought process with this, because we're going to go back down memory lane throughout this whole thing, right? Crazy Little Gemini says, why do he got that on? Well, technically, he didn't have the mask on. You know, that's a little creativity, okay, of the Messy Viber squad, okay? That's just a little, that's some creativity, okay? But he inspired that look because, I mean, it fit. It fit, Muffin. But let's talk about this. So the day before we saw the interview that she did with MzShanique and young Jock, who is aging just like Claressa and at the same rate, right? We watched her on this show with Ariel, and this is what happened.
All platforms, run your mouth.
Oh, I just actually signed up to Spotify. I'm going to play right after this. Can you give me a little freestyle?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Wait, do you want to hear a freestyle of what?
Right now.
Of the song Run Your Mouth?
Yeah, or, you know, spit some bars, or freestyle on Chris Sideboard.
Oh, some bars that I got? Let me think about something.
Oh, okay, on the spot,
See, now you think I'm Papoose. I'm not Papoose.
I know who you are. I know who you are.
See. Let me think. Okay, we got that one. I got so many, I don't even know which one to come at you with.
Come on.
Back down from no bitch. I want the smoke, laughing at you goofy hoes daily. No joke, she mad that I'm paped up and her silly ass broke. Get up off your ass and get some motherfucking money, hoe. Wishing bad on me is funny, why? Cause it's not gonna work. Running circles on you bitches, y'all can't keep up. Try to give you bitches a chance, she fucked it up. Calling me ugly as old, you know I'm fine as fuck. Said you wish I lose already, don't get your hopes up, bitch.
Yeah, let's go. There she is.
So this is happening, right? We all know that he's playing in her face, right? He's playing in her face. He's making her look bad. He's making her look stupid. Do we all agree? Now, she went to the side. Now, I feel like Papoose was driving or whoever is driving in this car at this point. She turns around. If you look at the video, she turns around to look at them like, yeah, I did that shit. I did that shit, right? That's how she looking, okay? And Ariel goes further.
The mother effing quote. Man. Move out the way, Lil' Kim. Move out the way, Foxy Brown. There's a new star in town. Those are some old school ones. That's my era right there. You know about Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown.
First of all, I love Lil' Kim. I love Foxy Brown. I love Eve. They're like,
Oh, yes.
oh, and then of course up in the new era we got Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, Glorilla, Lotto.
Remy Ma, you like Remy?
I don't know many of her songs, so
Oh,
no, I
okay.
can't say that.
Okay, my bad.
Okay, so with that, I feel like Claressa handled that so professionally. I feel like she handled that shit like a champ. Okay. She didn't get mad. She didn't get upset. I didn't see her make any subsequent videos. She didn't make no posts. She didn't threaten him. She didn't call him a BAN. She didn't do none of that. Okay. She didn't even appear to be angry or disrespected. She just literally let that shit just, she let it slide. She let it slide right off of her shoulders. It didn't matter to her. It didn't affect her. Now, there's a method to my madness because I know we've seen this, but we need context, right? So this happens, right? And then this happens.
Can I ask you a real question? Because I didn't been here before. How much longer are you willing to be in a relationship with somebody's husband? Because at the end of the day, that's what people are looking at.
Well, pause.
Okay.
Pause, because that's not somebody's husband.
Okay.
Papoose filed for divorce. Y'all hate to say that word, but it's the word that's out there. He filed for divorce because he's serious about me. So I'm not with somebody's husband.
Okay.
And if you're going to call him her husband, make sure you call her his wife. And also hold her accountable for what she's doing in her life. Because she has a man who she's big about. So don't make it seem like it's just one-sided. I'm not with somebody's husband. I'm with the man who filed for divorce, who's serious about me, who has done things for me that I've done for him. So that's not what it is. They say that because they want that to be the narrative, but that's not it. People go through divorces and breakups more than anything in the world. That's why it's such a big talk.
Oh, we know.
Oh, I just got divorced.
Oh, I'm in one right now.
But divorces take time.
Yes, it does.
And he's going through the processes. He's been through the courts. It is what it is.
Okay. So she was a little aggressive, would y'all say? She was a little aggressive. She had a little energy. Okay. She didn't like that. Okay. It was obvious. She was a little, she was a little perturbed. Okay. She was a little perturbed, right? She felt picked on and called out like the woman lied. So the first lie that she told, and we debunked in real time, right? With the prior messages, because Claressa, for some reason, she thinks that her internet antics leave and that nobody's going to fact, check her, right? So as many of you guys know, the very next day, she shares that video and she tweets, I'm going to be honest with you. I ain't letting nobody else off the hook. Next B come playing, I'm going all out. So all the lady did was ask her a question. But Claressa can't stand to be disagreed with, and she doesn't like accountability. And let's remember where the whole accountability situation should come into play, because that's a word that Claressa likes to use herself, right? She likes to use the word accountability. Okay, let's go ahead and minimize this, but we need to keep this up because we need to keep in mind what she was talking about, right? So remember, she told this woman she's not a side chick and all this kind of stuff. She's mad as F. But even before we get there, before we go there, let me ask y'all a question. Okay, because we keeping it a buck, right? Where was the energy for Ariel? I would say that stupid, weird ass non-freestyle, and he goes and calls her the GOAT. Behind that and then tells her, move over, Lil Kim, move over. He's playing in your face, right? We know. And her team knows. Papoose knows. Everybody knows he's played her when he said that. But he really played her and disrespected her and gave her the lowest blow when he asked her about Remy Ma. She had no energy. She had nothing to say. She ain't said shit to him. She ain't got no attitude with him. She curved that like a professional. Like her PR team was right there and prepared her for that. Why is it when it comes to Black women, she got a different type of energy? Why is it that? Because in my opinion, women, first of all, who can date other women's husbands after being in their inbox, I showed it to y'all the other night, right? I showed it to you the other night where in 2020, she's in New York on a media tour. Remy's saying, hey girl, Remy is not literally, but Remy's liking the post, right? She's in Remy's inbox during this time and after. She's already admitted in living color that her and Papoose were inboxing each other in 2020, right? And yet you end up with this woman's husband. Okay? So now let's add some further context to this shit, because this is where the bullshit comes for real. This is where the bullshit comes for real, right? She mentioned holding Remy accountable. Holding Remy accountable for what? And let me bring something back. Drop a blue heart in the chat if y'all remember that Papoose said the reason why he put hands on Easy was because he had shook his hand. Okay? He had shook his hand. That's why he put hands on him. Oh, it wasn't about Remy. I didn't do it because of that. I did it because he shook his hand. Now, where I'm sitting, if somebody is that mad about you shaking their hand and then ending up with their spouse or something, that's warranted, right? Because how you gonna be cool with me, but you in my marriage like that? I get that. I understand that, right? But ain't that the equivalent to what Claressa was doing when she was in Remy Ma's inbox? Ain't that the same as quote unquote shaking my hand in my inbox, complimenting my style and trying to get my help, commenting on my pictures and all this kind of stuff? Ain't that the same damn thing? And then not to mention the hood boogers and the knuckleheads come through talking about, oh, Remy's just jealous. She's just, she's just jealous. Let's say she was jealous. That's her husband. And another thing that I don't understand that is coming out, baby, even in this interview where she says Remy needs to be held accountable too. Baby, you need to stay out of married folks' business. Claressa, stay out of, you don't tell married people how to conduct themselves. Okay, now the public obviously has, our perspective or point of view on how that should go. But bitch, that's not your husband, that's her husband. If anybody can call either one of them into accountability for going outside the marriage, it's him and her. Right? So you don't get to call the woman into accountability as you're parading around with her husband saying that it's yours. Now, I get it for context. Remy is saying that she's single. It's obvious, right? But we know why she's saying that, right? And the difference between people coming through talking about, yeah, well, Remy don't get that heat. Remy is not out here, and Easy is not out here, or whatever is going on. She's not out here saying, this is my man, this is my man. He's not out there saying, this is my woman. We're going to have babies. That's not what they're doing. And again, like I said in the last stream, it is rarely what you do. It is mostly how you do it, right? There's got to be some understanding to that. Remy is not being problematic about it. Easy is not being problematic about it. But this bitch brought up accountability. And I showed these the first night. I'm going to show it again. Because again, I love context. Because what did she say? Accountability, right? And she wasn't the side chick. Okay. Let me superimpose myself into this so that when niggas get up the next morning to screenshot, they'll have to make sure that they're screenshotting me too. Let me make myself a little opaque. So here's the problem though. Here's the problem. In the messages, let me just make this small real quick and move this over here. She tells him again, you take accountability. You're the one who's married. If you can't at least sleep on the phone with me or be with me in person, it shouldn't be a big deal. Okay. She's telling him to take accountability for being married. She wants to be seen with him in person. She's admitting right here in these text messages, understanding that she has a place and her place is a side chick. Okay. And a dumb one at that, because believing that a man fell asleep in a Sprinter van is just crazy to like even entertain that. That's just crazy work. So, but we're not done. We're not done, right? So again, side chick chronicles, right? She told that woman she's not a side chick, gets mad because the woman asked her, how long are you going to be with a married man? She didn't even call her a side chick, right? So then we have this message. And this is the message between her and Pap that Remy showed, okay? And how did Remy get this message? Because she's his wife, right? And she was putting his ass on blast. She says, okay, love. And this is Claressa's message. Okay, love. Okay. I'm not happy, but I'm a stop. Don't want to stress you more than you already are. So I'm going to just stop. What is he stressed out about? Juggling multiple bitches? Mad because he don't have control in his household because finally his wife didn't had it up to here? What is he stressed out about? Your weird ass? Let us know. So she says, how I feel is not warranted. I'm just tired of talking and you not hearing me. Why isn't he not hearing you? Remember, you're not a side chick, Muffin. You're not a side chick. Remember? She says, so I can't. Thank you for your honesty, though. That's always the best option. You're going to do whatever you feel you want to do. I won't say nothing else. I ask for gifts. I'm tripping. I express I'd like flowers. I'm tripping. I want time set aside dedicated to me. I'm tripping. I don't know how to feel. I'm just laying here feeling stupid, as you should feel stupid, because you are. Clearly, this man played in your face. Clearly. Okay. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. Okay. And this is what I'm talking about. Agreed. Swagger Jacker says, but Remy not out here boasting and begging. Plus, Pap still stay after allegations. And we know why Pap stayed, right? Pap stayed because Pap been cheating the whole time. And Pap is all about image. And, he ain't had nowhere to go. Okay. The Negro didn't have nowhere to go. So he had to stay at home. Okay. So again, y'all drop a blue heart if this is further proof that this woman was a side chick, because baby, we got more. And then I even have more context to how stupid you was, right? How like this is beyond dumb. Like I really wish this girl had somebody around her that could have schooled her, that could have coached her through this situation. It's like old girl said, I can't remember her name, but she used to be with Dear Wifey podcast or whatever. She said to Claressa, you're never supposed to let something that was temporary have a permanent impact on your life. Papoose wasn't supposed to be nothing but a good time, honey. And from what Remy said, it's so dick. So it's not even really a good time. You probably could have achieved whatever he's giving you by your damn self, okay? With the rose and a bottle of wine. Okay? But neither here nor there. I'm just saying. Okay? So let's go ahead and get a little bit deeper into that. Again, to me, begging for time in this text messages, begging for flowers, begging for time set aside, that's a side chick. That's what side chicks do. That's what they have to beg for those things because the primary relationship is always going to supersede them. That's life. That's how that shit go. You know what I'm saying? So let's go a little bit further. Okay. And let me take this opacity off me. Well, no, I won't because I'm gonna show something else. All right. Now, she went in on Ariel kind of mad because she knows that it's the truth. But you know what? You know when you weren't a side chick, Claressa, and this is unfortunate that you did not respect it. You were not a side chick when you were with Tony. And this doesn't get brought up enough, right? She straight played him. And I've been doing a lot of research. And now that I think about it, y'all, I've been paying attention and I got some clips. I got some clips for y'all asses. I feel like Tony really did love this girl. I feel like Tony was in there for the long haul. I do. I feel like he was more her speed. Dr. Sanji and I have spoke on this before on a panel. There was more of a connection, an intimate connection between her and Tony Rich. You could see it. You could see it in the pictures. It was more organic. It didn't seem forced or contrived. He seemed very happy and content with her. She seemed very comfortable. She didn't appear to be in a position to where she was auditioning for this man's attention. It was like a regular thing, right? So Swagger Jacker also said Tony and Pap was at game same time. Oh, absolutely. Let's go ahead and get into that. I'm glad you said that, baby, because that's exactly where we're going. All right. So Tony found out around the same time we all found out. Literally found out around the time Tony posted this after Remy outed them, right? He says, when I hit Remy Ma, don't y'all be on my nuts, right? And yes, he said it as a joke, but he's alluded to kind of in a cryptic way of him not even knowing that this was going on. Now, I do want to know why she ended up taking that car from him. Because y'all remember, she repoed his shit and gave it to Papoose, the truck that she bought him or whatever. But he took it in stride. He ain't dragged her. He ain't dogged her. He ain't did none of that, right? But she played him. She played the man that she was actually engaged to even when she quote unquote publicly met Pap at the Shakur fight. Okay. Let's go on. Like, what is this? What is this? How much is the debt? I'll pay it. Please come back to Atlanta. I'll buy your ticket. This is what's going on. And Cash App over through 80,000 through. Okay, baby. Okay, I'm a little bit lost on that or whatever. Let me see. Black women are in the building. Said Nala, she took the truck back when she saw he had on a Remy Ma shirt. Oh, that's right. You're right. I forgot that shit. And even that part, like, why would that make her mad? Why would that make her mad? Why should you be mad if y'all have been over? If, you know what I'm saying? If y'all been over, that shouldn't even bother you no more. That shouldn't even matter. So what he had on a Remy Ma shirt? Ridiculous. You're going to take that man's truck. But let's get into this other shit. Let's get into this. Because y'all already know we got clips and shit. Now, y'all remember the Shakur fight. that they talk about, that's what they've set the stage for, acting like that's when they met, right? That's when they like to say, yeah, we met at the Shakur fight and all this kind of stuff. And we know that that's just not true. They didn't, they have been dealing with each other. They've been letting it out a couple of times. And other people, and I think that a lot of us slept on this, but someone else outed them too. And I'm about to show it. Okay. But first, let's do this. Now, this situation.
It's like Judah Mayweather all over again. You trying to start something. You trying to start something. Don't start nothing.
And Claressa Cake.
We got this short clip just to show she claims they met right here and there. This is the outfit that she had on where she said, this is our first picture together. This is the first day we met. You ain't having this man around your entourage while you're still engaged to Tony Rich if y'all just met. He even tells a little bogus story about it, right? How is that? It makes no sense. Tony Rich and this woman were still engaged at this time. And I feel like that's why she's publicly getting an ass made out of her, because this man was free, ready, engaged to you, wanting to be with you, and you just wanted somebody else's husband. See, the problem was Tony didn't have the popularity that Papoose had, and Papoose only had the popularity because of his very beautiful and well-connected wife, right? And unfortunately for you, Muffin, I am sad to tell you, I hope you understand this, but you gonna have to understand that when Pap is done with you, the only place that is going to be fitting for you to be as far as a relationship, the only man that is going to have you, or the only men that are going to entertain you, is probably Tony Rich or some unknown. No wealthy, successful, popular, attractive, well-groomed, well-respected male will ever wife this woman. They just won't, because she has done the most. Decent men have watched this woman get somebody else's husband's name tattooed on her breast. And where do they do that at? Decent men have watched her willingly be a side chick, because this is what a lot of women don't understand. Men be peeping it. They be peeping the women that quietly or successfully be a side chick, right? And they be wanting that shit for themselves when they ain't shit. So if a dude do get with you that is about something, he's only going to allow you to be what Papoose allowed you to be. Okay? And that's never the one and always the two, baby. You're never the one, you're always the two. But you were the one when you were with Tony Rich. Let's give some more context to this. Let's give some more context. Okay? Now, more proof that more people knew and just gave her a pass.
But hold on, somebody hot now. I used to be a fan of hers, but the fact she let the alphabet rapper come to sports, hey, it's a lot of stuff that's happened before the fight. It's a lot of stuff that's happened in the past 2 years, right? I don't speak on.
Now, I stopped this for a reason, y'all. She said past 2 years, and the context of this question is about the alphabet rapper, right? So she about to answer this, but she already set the stage for the past 2 years. Okay? And at this point, they were only supposed to have been together for a short time. Okay? Let's go.
But hold on, somebody hot. Nah, I used to be a fan of hers, but the fact she let the alphabet rapper come to sports, hey, it's a lot of stuff that's happened before the fight. It's a lot of stuff that's happened in the past 2 years, right? I don't speak on it because it's not my place. Even with her situation, if y'all notice and watch even the build, I never spoke on her and her relationship because for me, a grown woman who's been married over 14 years, I don't play about my situation. I don't play about mine at all. And she's a grown woman. When she was younger, I would be like, hey, Claressa, you should take that down. Hey, Claressa, you should chill. She's grown. She's paid. She's coming to her own. Who am I to judge? When she come to me for that advice or she come to me to express herself, I give her my honest opinion. I say, I can't tell you what to do. I could suggest for you, right? Even with her relationship. But I never really even brought her in a relationship up between her and Papoose. And I knew about this a year, some change ago. I've been knew about it. I just didn't speak on it because it's not my place.
Okay. Are y'all picking up what the queen is putting down? Are y'all picking it up? Are y'all picking this shit up? Because let's talk about it. Yes, this is, I'm sorry, for those of you that don't know, this is Franchon Cruz DeJean. This was the young lady that she had the fight with earlier this year. Okay? It's a said, Nyla question just came to mind. Out of all married men, why Pap though? You know what? I don't know. To be honest, because she had been such a person that was always in Remy's DMs and liking all of her posts. I think Remy's relationship that was projected onto the public attracted her. Okay. Now, Franchon is even saying she been knew about it. She's alluding to her knowing about it way before we did. And she's given like a, she said a year and some change or whatever, right? She's been known. They wasn't even a year old yet. Their quote unquote public relationship wasn't even a year yet. Not even a full year yet. Remember, they met at the Shakur fight. Remember. Okay. Now, again, let's get some more context here. Because she was definitely engaged to Tony Rich, right? And the sad part about all of this is her and Tony Rich were super active on social media. Okay. They both were, everywhere, just hobnobbing around, doing what couples do when they're on social media. So let's take a look at this because I find this interesting. Find this very interesting.
Somebody said, do your man love you or is it your money? Guess what? Just like I ain't fucking with no broke nigga, he ain't gotta fuck with a broke bitch. Now, just because you gotta fuck with a broke bitch, that's your problem, not ours. There you go.
You gotta use your brain and get some money, man.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to worry about nobody else's money when you got your own money. So you ask yourself, do you love your woman because
Yeah, I love her.
she broke? Or you love her because, why you love your woman? It's a bunch of reasons why I'm loved.
Notice how she didn't have to pull that out of him. Like, we've only heard Pap say that he loves her in the most like mundane way, like love her to death, that's my best friend, and all this kind of stuff. He said it with his whole chest.
I think she just giving me her money.
Stupid. You dummies.
Who just make a lot of money just to give it away to somebody?
See, that's what them niggas be doing. See, them niggas be tricking. Go ain't no trick. Go want a family and go gonna get married. I's gonna be a wife. You see that? So don't ever.
Just so y'all know, this video was done in May of 2024. Okay. May of 2024. This is what they're saying. Let me play it back because I didn't have his face in the camera. I want you to get the full spectrum.
Somebody said, do your man love you or is it your money? Guess what? Just like I ain't fucking with no broke nigga, he ain't gotta fuck with a broke bitch.
And can we just say that that's like a very masculine approach? Like typically men are not, unless they're predatory like Pap, that shouldn't even be on the table. Like whether, you know, how much money a woman has and all this kind of stuff, especially if she doesn't have kids and this will be her first marriage and stuff like that. That's just an odd thing to say. She's such a hood rat.
Now, just because you gotta fuck with a broke bitch, that's your problem, not ours. There you go.
You gotta use your brain and get some money, man.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to worry about nobody else's money when you got your own money. So you ask yourself, do you love your woman because
Yeah, I love her.
she broke? Or you love her because, why you love your woman? It's a bunch of reasons why I'm loved.
Yeah, I think she just giving me her money.
Stupid. You dummies.
Who just make a lot of money just to give it away to somebody.
See, that's what them niggas be doing. See, them niggas be tricking. Go ain't no trick. Go want a family and go gonna get married. I's gonna be a wife. You see that? So don't ever.
And can we talk about the Scully that she has on? It's really interesting. I wonder if Pap is buying these accessories for his side chickens because didn't the Cali girl, didn't we show that she had on a New York hat as well, living in Cali? I mean, it could be a coincidence. Blowing flower says that's her real hair. No, honey, that's a nappy wig. That's a nappy wig. Okay. But like, why do you have on a New York hat? Now, I told you guys this is just a few months before. This is 2 months or about a month and a half, 2 months before the Shakur fight when she alleges that they first met and all this kind of stuff. And it was love at first sight and all this stuff. I don't know how it was love at first sight while you were engaged to this man. And what's really interesting about them claiming this love at first sight status is this right here. This is interesting. Okay. And let me explain why. So they had just bought this house just 2 months before the Shakur fight. Cha-ching. Me and my fiance just closed on our first sale together, creating generational wealth together. Closing, sold, real estate. Okay. That's her and Tony. Just a few months before it was love at first sight with her and Papoose. Drop a blue heart if you find that interesting. Drop a blue heart if you find that interesting. Sweet Tea says, can y'all imagine CS in the bedroom? I bet listen. I try not to think about that. But because of how vocal she is, sometimes the picture just comes to mind. And the only thing that I can see, and no disrespect to anybody of any community, but when I think of Papoose and Claressa Shields being intimate, the only thing that I can think of is like Orange is the New Black, you know, carpet munching and, scissoring, two girls. That's the only thing that comes to mind. So then I just rebuke it all and try to remove it from my mind. Cause she's so masculine, I don't know. She's so masculine and he just like, whatever. Okay. Who telling me I'm not paying attention? Paying attention to what? You ain't even spell my name right. What is you talking about? Mecca Dooley. Not paying attention to what? Am I not hosting my live stream, ma'am? What do you want me to pay attention to? What is you twerking down there in the chat about, Muffin? Okay. So It's still really interesting, right? She said, what? Papoose on girl, we didn't already said that already. We didn't already said that, Muffin. We know it's girl, we see them crackhead eyes. We know them clucker eyes, baby. I'm Gen X, okay? I grew up in the era where it was crackheads walking down the street everywhere you went, okay? I owned a salon. So you know crackheads was the boosters. Don't you know I know a clucker when I see it, baby? Don't you know I know a clucker? I know that nigga. I know that nigga. Wait, what is that? What is that? That movie where the guy, it was, I want to say it was Samuel L. Jackson, but I don't think it was him, where he says, "You smoke crack, don't you?" Or something like that. I'm just saying, child. This is really interesting. Okay. Few months before the Shakur fight. But let us continue because there's more, honey. There's more. So I just found that really interesting because even thinking about she's sitting here doing his hair or whatever, they come off as an actual legitimate couple. You know how like when people have been together for a while, if the relationship is that, it comes off that way. You know what I'm saying? If there's some connection there, when a couple don't have no chemistry or it ain't good, you could tell. You could tell. Am I lying, y'all? Like you literally can tell. Right? But you could tell that they were very comfortable with each other, that it's intentional. And can we get some likes? Okay, we got 1,014 viewers and 466 likes, okay? And 4 dislikes. Please. Let's do better than that. So, now what's interesting is he was kind of defending her a little bit, right? Let's go into this.
I don't even like beefing with the brothers, but where do I start with you, Tank? He got all these Joanna Man jokes and I'm ugly and da da da. Tank, nigga, you ain't never smelt a gold medal, nigga. Huh? You never even went to a world championship in the amateurs, boy.
You little bitty punk.
Man, I'm about to get up on that. Tank, you better not ever.
He called you Joanna Man?
Yes.
I slapped.
Now, what's interesting is I have never heard Papoose say that he was going to physically defend Claressa. Now, Claressa often says that Pap will beat you up. Pap ain't threatened nary Negro. Pap didn't even threaten Maserati Bud. Maserati Bud said he hit it. Pap didn't threaten him. But Tony came right out the door and said, I slap him. Now, I don't believe him. Because he talking about Tank right there, right? Melanated Alliance said, and Tony meant it. You think Tony would have slapped him? Maybe he would have, girl. Maybe he could. But, Tank a little cuckoo. You know what I'm saying? But there's a difference. There is a difference. He literally went on to defend her. She's already talking about how she wants to be a wife. She's this and she's that. Y'all, it's crazy. It's crazy how this girl threw away what was probably for her and what probably would have remained with her and would have been a better fit for her. He's younger. Y'all, does Tony, I don't know, Melanated, does Tony have kids? I don't know if he has kids or not or whatever, but they're around the same age. There's a match there. You know what I'm saying? Melanie said, she said he truly loved her. I believe that. I really do. I believe he loved her. And it's literally because I have been paying more attention. I've been paying more attention. And it's now she said she said I say he will win, y'all, but he would slap her. He would defend her honor. And that's what's up. That's what's up. Okay. So my thing is, since it is established, Muffin, that you were in a relationship with another man while you were in a relationship with Papoose while he's married, you were a side chick. And Papoose at one point was your side nigga. It is what it is. So I don't understand what you're getting mad about. But again, full circle moment, why you mad at MzShanique? MzShanique just asked a real question for the first time. But Ariel sat in your face and disrespected you and made you look like the village idiot that you are. Like, why does she have that much energy for MzShanique? Ariel is the one that clowned you. And to be honest, as I'm looking through more situations with Claressa and Ariel, I can tell you exactly why he disrespected her. Because when he respected her ass, which was their previous interview, she didn't appreciate it. I feel like Ariel was getting some get back on her. Because the interview before, I should have clipped it. I forgot to. The interview that they had before, he was telling her, and the guy that was there was telling her how, like, yeah, look, we got your boxing gloves hanging over here. Like, we fuck with you. Yeah, you're the GOAT, you're this, you're that, and all this kind of stuff. And another thing, since we're there, but before we go there, I just want to do this really quick. I want to ask, we got 1,042 live viewers right now. Where is everybody from? Because I want to know I'm on the West Coast, but I literally want to be able to come on at a time and present my premieres and my videos at a time that is good for everybody, right? It does say that it's probably better for me to do my uploads at night, but I really want to know, as far as live streaming and all this kind of stuff, what is the best time? Where are y'all from? Do me a favor and tell me where y'all from. Why you mad at Vegas? Hey, neighbor. Hey, girl, la. Okay, let me know where y'all at. South Dakota, North Carolina, Detroit, Jersey. Also, I want to do this because I have to do the meet and greet. Chi-Town. What's up, my Chi-Town sister? LA, Louisiana. Hey, baby. Philly. Okay. Philly. Y'all be saying that join stuff. Okay. Baltimore. 2. Kansas. Okay. East Coast, Tennessee, Detroit, New York, and Tiguan. Ohio, Omaha, Nebraska. Okay. All right. So we are all over the place. But I feel like a lot of y'all are night owls, which would be fine with me because my regular evening would be y'all late night, right? Kansas City, Cincinnati, Natty in the house, Jersey, Michigan. Okay. Deep South. Okay. LA. Hey, Makita. Chi-Town. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all know that's my hometown. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, cool. I just wanted to know. Virginia, Baltimore, cool. So I feel like we got a lot of people in the Eastern time zone. Y'all everywhere. Pittsburgh. Some of these places I've never even been. Never even been to some of these places. All right. So Dallas, Alabama, night owl and morning person. You be tired. Okay. Queens. Can we get a shout out to the New York scene? Okay. Duval, that's what I'm talking about. What's up, Gorlala? Not her name. Miss Duval 904. That's what's up. Okay. Sheila McMillan says, I love when you call me out with Muffin. Okay then, Muffin. All right. Hey, my Ty. Detroit. All right, cool. Cool. Love to see it. Kansas. Dallas. Okay. All right. Why is Claire training Big Lex now? Listen, I don't know why this came to my mind, but I didn't get a chance to watch the video because I actually haven't felt well today since yesterday, actually. But I saw that Tasha was going to have a discussion about Krishan because I've been kind of thinking about circling back to that content on Krishan. Allegedly, I didn't get a chance to watch the video, but I've been hearing that Krishan might be brought into questioning for the death of Ronnie, her baby daddy. Child, that's going to be some mess to get into as well. I am so sorry I did not see the super chats, okay? Shout out to Caramel Cutie. She says, either you're married, single, or divorced. Let the church say amen. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Muffin. And Big Red says, girl, you fire. Oh, thank you so very much, Big Red. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. Carl Brown Thank you so very much. She had Tony and Papoose around one another. Remember? Yes, that's what I was showing. That's literally what I was showing. They're at fights together. They're in spaces together. This is like she is so disgusting. You know what I'm saying? 504 says, why your AI got more furniture than her boneless house? Now 504. 504. Go to the wall, baby, because you don't know how to act. You don't know how to act, Muffin. You got to go to the wall. Just go. Why is she do got a boneless ass house though? I am not gonna lie. She got a boneless ass crib. Okay. And she not the only one. Okay. But that crib is boneless. Okay. But you go to the wall with that shit, girl. You go to the wall. And thank you so very much, Monique Mott, for the super chat. I absolutely appreciate it. Thank you so much. So someone asked about Bree. And I talked to Shalita the other day, who talked to Bree. And you can go over to Shalita's channel because she has more context. I guess what they were doing, they were trying to actually get her arrested and trying to get her locked up. Trying to say that she was crazy or whatever. Someone tried to jump Bree, took her phone, did all kind of stuff. And from what I understand, Claressa is not trying to help her or anything like that. Actually, the story gets worse. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this live out, and then we're going to do another live to talk about the mess that I found out. But here's what I can say, y'all. And this is not alleged. Okay, this is what I absolutely know for sure and heard straight from the source. Okay, I heard this straight from the source. This is not hearsay. This is not no alleged or nothing. Okay, when I say that Claressa treats her sister bad, I get it. Sisters can get into it and they can have issues and all that shit. And it could probably get annoying dealing with a sister that has a drinking problem. But again, we know why Bree has a drinking problem. We know why. Bree has gone through some of the same tragedies that Claressa has, but Claressa wants to be the only victim in the house, right? Bree she struggled with some stuff, you know what I'm saying? And so, she self-medicates with alcohol. A lot of people do that. But people out there trying to jump her, Clarissa's mean to her. Claressa is shall I say, Claressa treats her bad, in my opinion, because she can. Okay? Because she can. She treats her bad because she can. She she allows other people who are around her to treat her bad as well. It's really sad. It's really sad. Okay. Cola, you know what? I agree. And thank you, Cola. I saw your Cash App. I forgot. I didn't I wasn't signed into that Cash App, but thank you. I got it and I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. And anybody that has sent me a Cash App, I definitely appreciate it. Definitely. Um So there was something else I was going to get into before I did that. But yeah, this whole situation and even thinking about, them bragging about their anniversary and how, this is the first photo they took, which this photo that they took is literally while she's engaged. Tony Rich is there. He's there. This is the love at first sight photo, you know? So it's a shame. So I think maybe when she's doing these interviews, maybe these people should start asking her how long Pap was her side nigga before he became her main nigga. Maybe that's a more appropriate question. Okay. So, yeah. So I don't, you know what? I wanted to check on the what is this 80 grand Cash App situation? Listen, what is the limit? I know with my Cash App, I think, what is the daily limit on most Cash Apps? Let me see. Let's ask Google. What is the daily spend limit on Cash App? Let me see. So 7,000 per day. Um, generally, generally it says 7,000 per day using their debit card, while sending and receiving limits are typically tracked on a 30-day or weekly. So typically it's 7,000 per day. So yeah. So we'll see, honey. We'll see. So 7,000. So it would take a little while. Well, some people might actually have, because it says in general 7. So, but I thought it was 10 or 20. So I'm gonna go with 10. Let me say it was probably multiple sends. Yeah. So it would have had to be over the course of a week in general that you sent that much. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that being said, there's something else that I wanted to let me look on my screen and see what it was that I wanted to what else I wanted to show you guys. Um as Finest says, or is it Arizona Finest? She says her mouth is so disrespectful and disgusting. Even men don't respect her, and that says a lot. And you know they shouldn't have to because she don't respect them. Like it's crazy because the one thing like people like to say or compare her and Remy in a way like Remy is just as gully or whatever. Yes, Remy's gully, right? Big Bronx. But Remy has always had decorum. Even when she would say stuff like suck my dick, she said it in the appropriate time frame. You know what I'm saying? This girl is unhinged and y'all keep commenting this and now I can't unsee it. Do y'all see how much younger she looked just 2 years ago? Do y'all see that? She looked so much younger. And it don't even look like she got on no makeup, y'all. It don't even look like she got on no makeup. It's crazy how much this relationship and this man has aged her. It's just insane. It's insane. House in Virginia said if she gave him 80 grand to pay off gambling debt, per said, that's crazy. Girl, I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. Okay. I believe that's also why she hustling and shit. Now, speaking of which, I need to explain to y'all why this bitch is really not the GOAT. And when I say bitch, for the people that are sensitive about that word, I understand it's not for everybody. I'm not even necessarily calling her that, right? I'm just saying the word. Y'all know she really not the GOAT, right? Let me explain something to you. I am sick and damn tired of every time I look up Claressa Shields is out here on this 19 world champion, all this kind of stuff, and even degrading Tank to make herself look better. Let's talk about it. Can we talk about this girl's belts? Can we talk about these belts for a minute? Do me a favor and click the like button because we need to talk about these belts. Cause these belts ain't shit, y'all. Okay. Shout out to the messy vibers. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get into it. Let me see. What we got here? We got 1,046 in the chat and 622 likes. Let's break these belts down. Let's break these belts down. Okay. How are you always bragging about these freaking belts, right? When 10 of those titles were empty. How? Why? So Her middleweight belt, that was when she was at 160 pounds. That is the WBC, WBA, and IBF. Vacant. Why is she allowed to sit up here? This girl don't do nothing but lie about her career. She says she is carrying boxing on her back when we really know she's not carrying it. She's dragging it down. She keeps saying that she bought beauty and femininity when she has neither. She keep talking about how she changed the game and she makes the most money. She don't make the most money. Why is it that she gets to sit on these podcasts and lie? Why does she get to lie, y'all? All right. Her light middleweight, when she was at 154 pounds, right? WBC, vacant. WBO, vacant. Light heavyweight, 175, vacant. Heavyweight, WBA, vacant. IBF, vacant. WBO, vacant. Heavyweight, vacant. Okay? And yeah, she has all these other titles, these minor titles or whatever, but child, and I'm not saying that that's not something that can't happen or whatever, because you know, people retire and all that shit, but like you can't be bragging around about belts that don't even mean nothing. It's not like you had to fight to get, I mean literally, like fight, scuffle, struggle and take that away from like a big contender. That's exactly why she does not want to go down. And mind you, this is what I don't like. I know for a fact that she is ducking Chris Cyborg. She is ducking her. What did she say on that interview with Dude? When she did that interview with Ariel, what did she say, y'all? Matter of fact, let me put it back up here. Let me put it back up here. Because I am so sick of her acting Billy badass about everything, and she's not. Let me send this back over here. Let me send this back over here. Because she's saying, let me send this over to my laptop. Okay? Because it's really sad the way this girl is playing. It really is. All right, let me do this and send this over here. And I'm really tired of her disrespecting Chris Cyborg. It's like, for what reason? That's why you're not winning Sportswoman of the Year. Because you don't have good sportsmanship. Like, you just don't. Like, this girl is horrible. And why am I whatchamacallit not working? Okay, let me just put it over here then. Hold on, y'all. Let me do it like this. She literally said that if a girl ain't at 154 pounds, don't even mention her, right? She needs, the lowest that she will go is 154 pounds. Did we not hear her say that? Did we not hear her say 154 pounds was the benchmark? She told Ariel, if a girl don't weigh at least 154, don't mention her. She said that, right? But then she goes on to the Twitters, and when Chris Cyborg said, hey, I do want to fight you. I will meet you. Come to 154. I'll go up to 154. You come down to 154. She called her all type of bitches on Twitter for saying that. She don't want no smoke. She don't want no smoke. Because why would you tell? Let me show y'all. Let me send this over to myself. I don't know why my AirDrop is acting silly. I might need to restart my phone. I'll do that. Let me send this over here, y'all. Let me just go straight to X, because she literally just dragged this woman for no reason. Like, it's crazy. Oh Lord. Here she go talking. She's always here. You can say you the best all you want, but with no who taught her the word accolades? Who taught Claressa that? I'm so mad that somebody taught that girl that word, because like every single post, every time she's speaking, that's what she's talking about is accolades. Girl, shut up. Shut up. So let me find this where she disrespected Chris Cyborg for Chris Cyborg literally just wanting a fight. It was so it's so disrespectful. It's ridiculous. So Chris went on to a show and just basically said, matter of fact, let me just play it from here. Because I do think this might be one of them channels.
Just say that MMA gets put on pause and you go to boxing. I know you have called out Claressa Shields for quite some time. Is that a real possibility that that fight can take place? If so, where do you see that happening? Who's calling me out for the first time was Claressa Shields. She was a world champion in boxing. I was just the 2 fights in boxing. And she's calling me out. So she's finding you have it 1,000 ways for you say you don't want to fight. But you have it just a way to say yes, let's do it. And she's getting heavier, but now she's gonna back to 160 and I'll be back 145. So if she's really want this fight, I have 8 pro fights, 6 KO, and maybe we can fight this next end of the year 154 pounds. If she's agreed. Because the fight doesn't have to both way agree. I agree to fight 154 at the end of the year.
Okay, so I know Chris is kind of hard to understand, right? But Chris said, I'm at 145 now. I'll come up to 154. Carissa's gonna fight at 160. It shouldn't be hard to lose 6 more pounds to come down to the weight that you said. She literally said, I will fight them at 154. So if Chris is saying you come down 6 more pounds, I'll come up 9 more pounds. What's the problem? What is the problem? She is continuously going to duck real smoke. She gonna continue to do that. Like, it's insane. It's insane. And so Claressa shares that post and says, bitch, shut up. Nobody cares what you want, bum. Also, who are you to tell me what weight class you want me to kick your ass at? F out of here, droopy face, lying ass. My thing is, that's what you said. That's what you told Ariel. You literally told Ariel, I'll fight him. Don't mention him until they get to 154. Like, that's insane. That is insane. I really, you know what? It's a shame. Because I ain't nobody's hater. I want whoever's supposed to win. If she whoop K Scott's ass, she whoop her ass, right? Not you would fight her for 2 million. T hush. But like, really think about it. Really think about it. Okay? She just insane. Mixtress Monica, thank you. She says, giving Nyla Girl a la her accolades. Thumbs up the video. Thank you so much, boo. Thank you so much. Child, it's a mess. It's a mess. She does not want that real smoke. I hope Kate Scott, this will be the biggest upset. And which I don't doubt that Clarissa's gonna win. But wouldn't it be a wonderful upset? Like, her moment of humility is gonna be major. Okay. Yes, Blowing Flower said she's made fun of Cyborg's looks, but always playing victim. And I'm so sick. I was on somebody's post when 50 Cent posted that picture of her where she was looking quite Joanna Manish, right? Someone, and he said that, she was kind of manly or whatever he said. Somebody is under his post talking about that's colorism. That don't have shit to do with no damn colorism, and it don't have shit to do with no racism. I really get sick of people like Claressa and her followers with their low IQ trying to conflate issues because don't nobody like her. There's a reason why don't nobody like her. There is a reason. Okay. China Doll says one wrong move and Kay can get the win. Y'all, I am strongly considering going to the fight. Strongly considering going to the fight. I really am. The tickets are very affordable. Okay. They are not selling. In fact, let me show y'all what the ticket sales look like right now. They look horrible. Like, it's insane. I mean, it's just like, why? Let me show y'all what these ticket sales is looking like. This is embarrassing. Completely embarrassing. And I know y'all see her trying to look like Remy again. Did y'all see that? Yeah, she back on her copy game. Like, it's insane. It is insane. Look at this shit. Let me get this other stuff off of here so that you can see it clearly. Okay. Let me remove this because these ticket sales are sending me. All right. All of the blue is unsold, y'all. That's all unsold. All of this is unsold. That's blue. So, is that not crazy looking to you? And I didn't even like, matter of fact, let me get a better picture of this. Let me get a better picture. I'm gonna get a better picture. And I have never seen ringside seats. You know where the ring is, where the ring walk is? Those tickets are only $400, y'all. Y'all need to let me know if y'all want me to go to the fight. Cause I think I might just go. I might just go for the hell of it. Let me look over here and see. Let me go and pull up. Let me go ahead and pull up these seats again. This is embarrassing. Ain't nobody trying to go. Okay? Don't nobody want to go. Hold on. Let me pull up Ticketmaster's website. And let's search the fight with Claressa Shields. And I'm going to give you a more accurate depiction of how this shit is not selling. Okay. All right. This is sad. Okay, we're going to switch to the map and let me give you a better view of what we're looking at. All right, so let me turn this around so it can look more one second. I'm about to send it to myself so y'all can see it. Can't make this shit up. Nobody's coming. Because we're just a few weeks out. I would think that people will be trying to get their tickets. But you know what? If I do go, I am gonna I'm gonna wait. Because I know the tickets are gonna go down even more. The tickets started like $60. Like, that's ridiculous. Start at $60. Let's go over here. All right. Now, here's a better map, right? So this is actually the full situation. Okay. The full situation is showing all of the blue seats are available. The only seats that have sold are the gray seats. Now, keep in mind, if we make this bigger, this section 7, more than likely, that's like the celebs, the camera crew, and all this kind of stuff. This is the ring, right? This little place between 9 and 1, this little gray area, that's the ring walk, right? The seats that are right by the ring walk are only at $400. I've never seen that before for like a major contender. Okay. So the only seats that are sold are the gray ones. Does that look successful to y'all? That's what's going on here. Is that successful? No, 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 no. It's not. Why are there two shades of blue? Because that would be I think because of the mixed prices or whatever. Hold on, let me go back to the website because they did explain it. So let me pull up the legend. So, okay. So the dark blue is available, and then those light blues are verified resales. So those are people that bought seats, but they're reselling them. So they're gonna be they're verified resales. So you know how people buy tickets to make and then they sell them or whatever. That's why it's a different shade of blue. And then the gray are unavailable. So everything that's gray is sold, and everything that's blue or light blue are resales, not boneless ticket sales. Boneless, like I want to see if it's gonna change. It might change, y'all. I'm not, you know what? I'm not confident enough in it actually happening, but child, the light are not taken. That's not what the legend says. The legend does not say. So, matter of fact, I can prove it. Let me go and try and purchase from that area. Yeah, yeah, light blue is not sold, y'all. Verified resale. So, let me see. If you go, Nyla, please film inside the arena for so-called sold out purposes. Oh, you know I will. I'm bringing every phone I got. Phones, iPads, every recording device I can put on. Okay? Definitely. Not she gonna be giving them out in the Publix parking lot soon. Girl, go to the wall. Girl, go to the wall. Mm-mm. So, hold on a second. Wow, this is an even worse view. This is even worse. Yeah. All right, let me click on this thing so I can get a better picture. Okay, let me switch to the map. And let me filter this to oh wait a minute, they got you know what? Let's show the different ones. Okay. So they have these different ones, right? Where they have Claressa Shields friends and family offer, right? They have a fighter discount offer, and then they have the verified resale tickets. So these are not available, but they are available to them. And to be honest, it don't even look no different. Yes, this is the current map. This is the current map. Yep. Carmel Cutie says the light gray is the only thing that's sold. That is the only thing that's sold. It's like, thank you, Carmel Cutie. Only thing that's sold. So I just don't know what she thinks she's doing. What is she doing, y'all? Playtime says Bree was holding on to an iPad. Of course, says I think that iPad has some baby. Look, child, I want to see that iPad too. Jay Amatri says, I told you we the people of Atlanta ain't wasting our money and time on the circus. Nope. Nope. Not at all. Don't look like it to me. To be honest, I don't think Atlanta fuck with her that much. And you know what? This is speculation, right? This is speculation. Do y'all want to gossip for a little bit? Who wants to gossip for a little bit? Anybody want to gossip? Now I ain't got no receipts for this. This is just my thoughts. Who wants to gossip? Tell me if y'all ready to gossip. Now, I don't think that Atlanta fuck with her like that, right? Now, remember when I was thinking that when on the interview that she did with MzShanique, I was thinking that Mo was Monique, but y'all corrected me and told me no, that was old girl from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, right? Okay, cool. It made me remember, and y'all can go back down the lane and look at this, right? I thought it was strange how Lil Scrappy stayed in her comments, and we know Scrappy is a hoe. hmm It was really weird, and then I remembered when I shared a post on Instagram that did really well, and it was when I had said that Pap looked like he was out here selling CDs on the corner. Lil Scrappy shared that. He shared my post, right? And I'm not whispering. Am I whispering? Like we really like somebody else can hear us, right? I think Claressa allegedly in the theater of my mind, I feel like Scrap and Claressa had something going on. I really do. I think they had something going on. And it's because I'm telling you, if you go down, because baby, the tea is always in the comment section. You go through you go all through the comments, and he is on it. He's under every post. He's liking he's under every picture. Like, it's crazy. Speak True 78 says Scrap and Maserati Bud are friends. Yep, and it's bros before hoes. That's what they say. See, Cola said, you know what? He do like a lot of her pictures. Yes. Mm-hmm. Karma Cutie said if they did, she would be pregnant. It's something weird. Now, I can't prove it. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Fuzzy Girl? I can't prove it. I don't know for sure, but I don't see him that prolific underneath anybody else's photos, y'all. Pay attention. Because you know how, like, when you follow them, you see whoever, you know what I'm saying? You'll see whoever they like when they like photos or whatever. I don't see him on it like that with nobody else. I just don't. Like, I've never seen him like that. He's literally like on her ass, and it is for a long time. And I just thought it was strange that he shared that post that I made about Pap. So he was taking a shot. So truly, if that's your friend and that's your friend's man, why would he share a post where a blogger is dragging your man? Really interesting. And y'all, you know what? Y'all bringing up Maserati Bud, baby. I want to talk to Maserati Bud and get in his head about this situation. I need Maserati Bud to stop playing around and stop being a gentleman, because this bitch ain't got no chill, and it needs to come out. It just needs to come out. All right. Gossip and fairy tales. You know what, baby? First of all, why do you have that picture for your profile picture? What is wrong with you, Muffin? Go to the wall. Y'all take gossip and fairy tales straight to the wall with 504 and the rest of them. Look at this. Look at y'all. Do y'all see that? She got that makeup picture with Claressa on it. She got that makeup picture. What is wrong with you, girl? But this is true. D-list men know Claressa is an ATM. Absolutely. Absolutely. They know. They know. Go to the wall, gossip. Okay? Go to the wall, baby. But that's the truth. But why do you have that girl's picture like that as your profile, Muffin? Why? You think he's walking her out? Well, I mean, the fact that this girl then had overlap relationships on every single situation that she's been in, baby, I will not be surprised. I will not be surprised if something is going on with her and Scrap. I wouldn't be surprised. Cause I ain't really got no problem with Scrap because like if these hoes gonna let him do this stuff to they look, if you see a sucker, y'all know what I say. You gotta lick it. Okay. If they know Scrap a hoe, they know Scrap ain't been faithful to nothing or nobody. They know he was raised by a woman that was pimping and selling drugs. Okay. He ain't got no chill and no morals. Pretty damn gangster. If I go to the fight, I'm staying at your house. I'm gonna be cheap. I ain't getting no hotel. I'm staying with you and my brother. Yes, I am. Child. Oh yeah, Scrappy he be out here slanging that. He sure do. He sure do. Okay. What is this? I bet Scrap slid her his number the night she was with him and Bud in that club. Stop. 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 Renee says, I want Kay to whoop her ass, but I think this is a paid actor situation. I'm starting to believe that too because the matchup really don't make sense. It really do it make sense? It really don't. Like she's so much older and she hasn't had a bunch of professional fights. She looks strong, but I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know at all. I don't know. Not she has no morals. They swingers. Child. But I am gonna make a prediction. I may be wrong, but I give Papoose. We should do a poll. I give Papoose and Clarissa. I give them a good 6 months at best. Renee says, she said, yeah, she said she ain't gonna have me removed, baby. I'm gonna come up in there with my Jackie O glasses on, honey. You ain't gonna know who I am until I take my glasses off. She ain't gonna know. Okay. She is not gonna know. Yeah, I get Dominique said till Christmas. I'm serious. I give them a good 6 months. A good 6 months. She's getting more and more embarrassing. She's getting more and more embarrassing. And even thinking about, here's the thing. The fact that he didn't react to the situation with Maserati Bud, y'all know men do not forgive cheating. They don't. They don't. The only reason why Pat can look over cheating is because he's a broke cheater himself. But he knows that this bitch is the laughing stock. He knows. Like, especially she had no business going in on Shanique like this. It's just damn, y'all. Damn. It's messed up. It's messed up. You think in a year? It might be a year, but I don't know. I don't know. Freaking Chris says, yeah, Pap gonna get tired of looking at Jurassic Park and find the new money train. Child, he gonna have to be careful though, because now, look, unless he does like a 180 and his wife has mercy on him, who gonna get with Papoose? After watching him finesse this girl, they're in the same boat. So in some regard, they're either stuck with each other or he's gonna have to exit because he's literally ruining relationships and business deals with his base, which is New York. Don't nobody really mess with him like that. Not maybe a little longer. He's got to pay off all those tax debts. Child. Who knows? I mean, he might have to do some time. Like, who went to jail for tax evasion? Wesley Snipes did. A couple other people did. So who knows, child? Who knows? A girl, whatever your name is, you gotta tell me how to pronounce it. What is the prediction on the boxing license renewal at the end of August? Whew. I don't, because see, I don't think she's done anything to get her to affect her license. And you got to remember the licensors or the licensees or whatever, the people that give their licenses to them, how they make money would be fining her. You see what I'm saying? Like like I know that there was like a push that one day we did that live and everybody was like, no, she, she did this, she's gonna do this, she's gonna do that, and all this kind of stuff. I don't think they understand how it works. They would make more money finding her than anything, right? Lovejoy says, thank you so much, Lovejoy. I appreciate the super chat. She says, thank you for the live, Nyla. This was entertaining on my 2-hour drive home in that LA traffic. That traffic ain't nothing to play with, okay? Glad you made it safely, Muffin. Oh my goodness. Gossip and Fab Fairy. She said Pap can get a Zeus baddie. But you know what? He's gonna probably end up with either a lady older than him or another younger one. Someone that just don't know no better. And you know what's interesting? And I'm gonna close out with this. Or I don't know, I might not close out yet. But nobody is gonna want Pap after Claressa. Nobody of importance or substance is going to want Claressa after Pap. But you know who everybody want? Remy ain't going to have no problem. Remy won't have a problem at all. But Pap and Claressa have ruined it for each other. But Remy, her star is rising and getting more valuable. She will have no issues, but would nobody take either one of them? I'm certain of it. Certain of it. Hey, Helen. How you doing? Yep. I believe she paid him too. Just like I believe she paid Tony. Yep. Don't know, but Pap is like literally the laughing stock. But the only person that could get with him is somebody that was already probably messing around with him and is probably benefiting from him being in that relationship. Sherry up and said there should be some type of code of conduct. Well, there is. They're not supposed now. If she didn't get in trouble for putting her hands on Alicia, or if Alicia pursues something that gets her in legal trouble or whatever, because I do feel like if Alicia pushed the issue with the boxing commission, like she might be, who knows, who knows. Yep. Says Pap gonna buy those tickets and make it sell out. With what though, baby? They don't take EBT at Ticketmaster. He ain't got no money. He ain't got no money. And can we like, Papoose, I need you to get your driver's license. The worst thing for a nigga to have is driver's license issues as a black man. That is the route to getting going to jail for real. You start getting pulled over, you get pulled over 3 times, next thing you know, you locked up over some stupid shit. She did say there will be consequences. She definitely said that. Why I gotta go to the wall? What did I say? What did I do? What you mean? I gotta go to the wall. 80,000 in cash apps is crazy, y'all. That is insane. That is crazy. But like for real, like I mean, he deserves it. Can you imagine having to put up with that girl every day, waking up in the morning, her eating breakfast, food flying out her mouth, smacking and stuff. I know that girl feet stank. I know her feet stank. She look like Claressa look like her feet stank. I know her feet stank in them boxing boots. I know she snore louder than me. I know she talking her sleep. He already got to go places with her and she be, embarrassing him and all that kind of stuff. I already know. I already know. And can y'all tell me something? Why would she be liking a post of somebody posting something to 50 cents. Somebody posted, maybe she likes Power or something, but someone reposted something of 50 cents, and I noticed that she liked it, and I thought that was weird. Why I got to go? Y'all know she do. You know how you can look at somebody and you know that I know her feet stink. I know Claressa is not the type of chick to clean in between her toes. I know. She is not. She is not getting deep down in them toes. Okay, she's not. She ain't cleaning in between them toes. Belly button ain't seen a rag. Belly button full of lint. Ain't washed that belly button since the umbilical cord fell out of it. Cause who told her how to do that? Nobody. Got all type of dirt and debris in that belly button. Back of her ears just stinking. Look. I know. I know, child. I know. I know. Oh yeah. Don't clean her ears. Back of her neck black, dirty. I already know. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Sweaty. That girl trying to put that, what's that deodorant? That Lumi deodorant. She trying to put Lumi on her in the folds of her arms and shit in her belly button, and she don't realize all she gotta do is wash it. Wash it. That's all she gotta do. Mm-hmm. That girl probably don't even use wet wipes. I mean, it's just something about her just seems so unsanitary. So that is the most unhygienic looking woman I ever seen. You know how, like, if you look at Remy and Remy looks clean, Remy looks, like she probably smells like a fresh fragrance, and she looks clean and kept and all this kind of stuff. And Claressa just looked like she stank. Claressa looked like she smelled like must and Lady Speed Stick. Musty Lady Speed Stick. That's what I know, she smelled like that. And Chanel No. 5. Yes, and Chanel No. 5. Yep. Yep. I'm telling you. And let me tell y'all that. Let me ask y'all something, because I might be reaching on this, but let's check this out. Let's check this out. So, yes, we know she's blessed and highly filtered, right? Okay. These are the pictures that she just recently posted. Why do this remind me of something? Why is she all of a sudden taking photos in bedroom attire? Why? Why, honey? I'm asking why. I think we know why. I think we know why. I hate to do this, but I am. We know why. Because of this. That's the put them on video with the feather lingerie. And here this child go again. Is this a coincidence? Is this a coincidence? I'm asking y'all. Like, this is crazy. It's insane to be this weird. It is absolutely insane. Just crazy. So at this point, is she doing this on purpose? Is it is, how come Papoose hasn't said, girl, could you stop trying to dress like my wife? Could you stop? Okay. Zariah says, I'm sorry, Nyla, but you're wrong. She definitely gives Jovan Musk or white diamonds. You know what? You're right. I would go with the white diamonds mixed with a splash of Lady Speed Stick and Must. Okay. That's what's going on there. Okay. What is this? Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed some of these super chats. Boss Lady says, Nyla, was it just me? I thought that Clarence looked like Charlemagne with an orange wig on that. No, she does look like Charlemagne, and her fathers. I'll be showing y'all the fathers, right? Mm-hmm. Shout out to Her Majesty. She says empty Nisha Stadium Shields. Oh wow. It's definitely that way. But Sanji, I want to know why I gotta go to the wall. Why do I have to go to the wall? Sanji, I'm going live again tonight. Because I need to talk about Papoose. I got some stuff to say about Papoose because I'm tired of his lying ass. He be lying too. But why do I have to go to the wall? Alicia says she's going with Love's baby. Miss Houston says she ain't even using Lady Speed Stick. It's just Speed Stick. It's the glycerin one. You know that glycerin Speed Stick, baby. Now, we done all had this problem. We looked over and we was out of deodorant. And you might have said, look, this happened to me. True story. I'm finna tell y'all. Okay, I don't care if y'all talk about me either, because I don't care what nobody say. Somebody that been through this shit before, okay? And if you ain't never went through this shit, don't do it. I'm trying to teach you how not to fall into this trap, okay? So this was many, many years ago. I'm probably 20 years ago. Have my kids been out of no, maybe I say 15 years ago. About 15 years ago. My kids were, probably in high school or whatever. I ran out of deodorant. And I think I was probably using Secret or something like that. And I'm like, dang, I ain't got no deodorant. Took a shower, about to go to work. I'm like, let me see. I was like, okay, my son's room was the closest to me, so I ran over there. He had some Speed Stick, right? Now that Speed Stick was glycerin. Now, baby, look, I learned a valuable lesson that day, to the point where I went to my baby and apologized to him after I got home, because midway through lunch, I did a little half spin in my chair and I said, who is musty over here? Who is musty? Like, cause I done took my shower. Okay. I done put on my son's Speed Stick because I ran out of my shit. I know this not me. Baby, listen, that glycerin ass men's Speed Stick will defy every rule when it comes to being funky. Okay? I was like, I had to do the rest of the day with my arms tight because I did not want to offend nobody. So I'm driving home. I was like, oh, let me roll, let me air some shit, baby. I said, now how? And like, how like when boys play sports, you just automatically think that boys just like, you always have to tell them take a shower. Like, get your funky ass out of here. You stink. Go take a shower. I was telling that boy that he was musty. He was like, I took a shower. I put on deodorant. And I be like, you stop lying. Yo stinking ass ain't did nothing. You too musty to have taken a shower. You is musty. You don't smell that? I tell him that all the time. So I learned a valuable lesson that day. Y'all. So when I got home from work, my son was sitting at the dining room table doing his homework. And I said, son? And he said, ma'am. I said, I am so sorry for every time I've called you a funky bastard, because clearly it was not your fault. And he was like, what you mean? I said, I used your deodorant today, Muffin. And it failed me. Okay. So I see why it fails you, and it don't make it, when you take, I believe you, you do take a shower after football practice. You do put on deodorant. That shit just don't work. I said, so we're going to find you the proper deodorant. Okay. He still use Secret to this day. To this day, he still use Secret. You cannot pay him to use men's deodorant But I didn't know, y'all. I didn't know. I just had to. I was like, "Ooh, child, that shit failed." Oh yeah, it failed, baby. I'm just saying, y'all didn't know that. Didn't nobody tell me glycerin deodorant wasn't shit? I didn't know. I honestly did not know. Oh boy. So, but like, this is just like at this point, and you know how like now, like a lot of people are always going around saying that it's a reach. It's a complete reach about Claressa dressing like Remy. It's not a reach, y'all. It's not a reach. It's so intentional. Okay. Ivy said usually the men's look. Speed stick, that glycerin ass speed stick, it's a motherfucking lie. Excuse my French. That the only speedy thing about that stick is it only lasts for a minute. Okay? You fresh just for a little while. Just for a little while. But let's get into this. Now, I feel like I showed this picture before, but it just disturbs me every time I see this, right? So, this picture right here, we're familiar with this, right? This is the one where she unveiled the whole situation with the boob tattoo. Okay? Well, let's do this. Because it's just disturbing that not only do you want to replicate this woman, you want to replicate her looks with her husband. Okay? This is insane to me. This is insane. Like down to it's like it's very detailed, y'all. It's a very detailed move that she's making. Let's think about it here. The whole underboob cleavage and all of that, it's literally the same stuff. Like the fur, the bikini, the hair. It's like I never understand the people that say that we're reaching. I just like how? Let me do this cuz I don't this is not a reach. This is not a reach, y'all. Let me do this. It's not a reach. Hold on, let me crop this. There's no way that's a reach. And do you guys know how dangerous this mentality is, though? It's so dangerous. This is so dangerous for someone to study this woman the way that she does. And I was thinking about this today because I noticed that because I've been doing like a lot of research on them and stuff, it's like it changes your YouTube algorithm. So I'm starting to see like a lot of stuff come up or whatever that, it's Papoose and Claressa dominating my news feed. You know what I thought about? Guess who else's news feed has a dominant force? Can you imagine how manic she becomes on a daily basis as she opens up YouTube and all of the old Remy, all of the old Pap interviews keep showing up? Think about it. Because you literally have to be Googling this woman's name. You literally have to be researching her and searching her in order for this to take place. You know? Slee said, I've had a few females who've done this to me. I've had this done to me in real life. This one woman was trying to when I was in Chicago, I was into the stepping community or whatever. And I was a known dresser, y'all. It is what it is, okay? Your girl was fly out there in these streets, okay? And she like, but if someone asked me where I got something at, I would tell them during that time, Art and B. I don't even know if they're around. Art and B, I would go there literally every weekend and find a dress for the parties this weekend or whatever. R&B, BB, different places or whatever. I used to go there. Of course, you know, like Nordstrom and stuff like that. I always went and got me, and I typically didn't even wear the dress again a lot of times. But this one girl was always, oh, where'd you get that? Where'd you get these shoes? And where'd you do that? And then some of the stuff I would get custom made. She would be like, well, who made that? Who did this for you? Who did that for you? She would go to my seamstress and get the same outfit or very similar because she wouldn't make it the same way. But what she would do is she would ask me, well, where did you get that material from? I'm like, oh, down there on Roosevelt. I went to the material store. Did they have any more left? Yeah. She was like, well, how many yards did you get? And I would tell her. She would take it to the same seamstress who my stupid ass gave her the seamstress name and information, but not thinking that she would go and try to get the same thing. She used to do that. But the creepiest mimicking that I've ever had has been on YouTube. And Vibers can tell you about it. This lady literally, and what's interesting is she had a New York accent. The lady literally changed her New York accent. And when I tell you, she sounded so much like me that I was watching YouTube in the kitchen one day. And you know how like videos will just keep scrolling? And one of her videos came on. My grandmother and my mother thought it was me. People would come into my comment section and say, that's not you. It was crazy. It was crazy, y'all. Thank you so very much for the super chat. Okay. Sparkling Stone said it gives onions and Japanese cherry blossom. That sounds horrible. Absolutely horrible. Okay. And Candid Candy, thank you for the super chat. I definitely appreciate this. She says it's given single black female. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. You know what? It can get even, it's just, how did she, there's no way. There's no way. And then not to mention just how tacky this was, you know? Super tacky. Super tacky. This man is married. And the fact that she didn't care to at least wait until there's a divorce or he got her name tattooed on him. I wonder what Papoose is telling her. Cause like, how do you justify that? How do you justify it? You know? How do you do it? Okay. And it's just I just don't know. But also, this is what I want y'all to see too. She's not only mimicking like Remy's style, she's literally trying to embody and embrace her energy, her poses, everything about her. Cause like it cannot be a coincidence when she did this one, right? It cannot be coincidental. Hold on, let me move something out my way. It cannot be coincidental that the pose and the hair is similar. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it so similar? Why? And why is Pap okay with this? Why is he, you know what I'm saying? Why is he okay with that? Exactly, Fuzzy. He has no incentive to get a divorce. And that's something that a lot of women don't ever think about, that I think that they should be thinking about. When you accept this type of shit from a man, you literally seal your fate. He don't have to respect you. You're not requiring it. He don't have to be faithful. You're not requiring it. He doesn't have to prioritize you. You're not requiring it. You know what I'm saying? And even when, if and when the divorce is final and all this kind of stuff, I mean, what is that going to do? but open you up to get the same treatment that you've been getting. That's it. Okay. Handle Me says this her year because this girl ending is near. Watch. I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious. It is so obvious. Like, it's just crazy. And like, I know not to beat a dead horse, right? Definitely not to beat a dead horse. But y'all, the text messages. Them text messages just y'all I don't want to beat a dead horse, but like her literally begging for this man, literally begging for flowers, begging for time. You know what I'm saying? Like, how much of that can you take? Like, it's insane. It's insane. Like, and then she is just the fact that she just don't compare at all. Look at the text messages again. Let me move these out of the way. Where are those messages? This right here is just, y'all. She's not happy. Why is she not happy? Because of this part right here. She don't want to stress him out. How she feel is not warranted. She's tired of talking and not hearing. Thank you for your honesty. I wonder what he said before that. That's how you know Remy is a real one, because I don't even feel like she put the worst of the messages out. But this is my thing right here. When I saw her begging, I asked for gifts. I'm tripping. I expressed I like flowers. I'm tripping. I want time set aside dedicated to me. I'm tripping. I don't know how to feel. I'm just laying here feeling stupid. Crazy. Crazy work. Crazy work. But anyway, let me see what y'all saying. Y'all want to come back later and do a panel? Because we definitely can do that. What y'all got going on tonight? Yeah, she is stupid. Let me see. Pat made a diss song about CS and said she's a headache, something about Ryle and she won't leave. You know, I was always wondering, you know, that one song where it says he'll never mess with somebody with Flint or something like that. I do not see the source of that. So I'm wondering, was that somebody AI or something like that? I would love to know if that's real. I would love to know that one where it's clear that he's dissing her. It's clear. Sanji says Pat may enjoy being the central figure whom both women are directly or indirectly orientating themselves around. This isn't unique to narcissism, but it can occur in those dynamics. It makes sense. That makes sense. Perfect sense to me. Absolutely. It said fake and not Flint. Okay. Okay. Handle Me says, Pap, all money ain't good money. Now get this Dululu out of here. Bad. Protect yourself, Remy. It's Pap that needs to worry. To be worried, two narcissists together ain't never good. I hope he get exactly what he's looking for. I really do. I thought it was two high heels and lipstick. He's not really stuck in a contract though. He's that look. Pap is a commission employee and he's never had a real job. He's not on salary, right? He gets paid when she gets paid. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. Remy had stated how much her face has cleared up in her body since leaving Pap. Look, a Negro riding you like that is so bad for your energy, for your soul, for your spirit, and for your looks. I'm telling you, it's some women that think that they are unattractive, but it's not that. It's their man. It's their man draining their looks, draining their energy, draining their youth. Okay. Got their cortisol all, messed up, hormones all over the place. So their skin is not clear. All of that is related to being in bad relationships. Cuz we see it all the time. We see it all the time. A lot of women, as soon as they drop the weight of a dusty Negro, they lose weight, they appear more attractive, they start caring for themselves. Men like that can bring you completely down. Okay. A lot of women have excess weight because of stress, because a lot of people don't realize how much your hormonal health is related to stress and weight and all of this kind of stuff. Like, you will, like, seriously, we already got to fight, weight gain, because a lot of us have the PCOS and, hormonal issues and fibroids and all this kind of stuff. But top that with a man that is there literally to compete with you and mooch off you and all this kind of stuff. Like, that's what it's giving. That's what it's giving. That is what it's giving. I mean, how does this woman look so much younger, so much vibrant? Like, Remy just moves completely different now. Completely different. It's almost like, and I don't know why people like to say that she's had all these surgeries or whatever. I think she might have got her boobs done or something. I feel like that's what I heard. But if you go throughout the years, no matter losing weight or gaining weight or whatever, I don't know. I don't know if she might have had a mommy makeover or whatever, but her shape, her baseline is what it's always been, as far as I can see. Even when she was a little bit heavier after having the babies, it's just crazy. Okay. Shout out to Scorpio 4333. Thank you so very much. She says, hello, chat. Hey, girl, la. Hey. Okay, she got a breast reduction. All right. Is that why Claressa said she's getting an ass reduction even though she has no ass? Yeah, I mean, she just looks so much better. She looks younger. Her skin is clear. I mean, her eyes are even brighter. Her eyes are even brighter. Like, she just seems like she seems 20 years younger. Cause, like, looking at Claressa, if the videos that we showed earlier, where she was with Tony and she was talking about how she's gonna be a wife and all this kind of stuff, she, like I've always said, that Clarissa's not an unattractive woman, but even in those moments when she was with Tony Rich, she was comfortable. She looked fine even without makeup on and a Scully. You know what I'm saying? She looked, even though, she's still, got her little, her little hood booger energy or whatever. Cause that's really not even the problem. You know, it's just that she just comes off so off-putting, but she looked better. She looked so much better. I mean, let me pull up one of these videos one last time. It's just insane how he has, like, literally just it what did he do to this girl? What did he do to her?
Somebody said, "Do your man love you?
Hold on, let me
He'll
get this
take care of
stuff.
money." Guess what? Just like I ain't fucking with no broke nigga, he ain't gotta fuck with a broke bitch. Now, just because you gotta fuck with a broke bitch, that's your problem, not ours. There you go.
You gotta use your brain and get some money, man.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to worry about nobody else's money when you got your own money.
So you ask yourself, do you love your woman because
Yeah, I love her.
she broke? Or you love her because why you love your woman? It's a bunch of reasons why I'm loved.
Yeah, I think she just giving me her money.
Stupid. You dummies.
Who just make a lot of money just to give it away to somebody.
See, that's what them niggas be doing. See, them niggas be tricking. Go ain't no trick. Go want a family and go gonna get married. I's gonna be a wife. You see that? So don't ever.
Look, I mean, if you look at her face, she has no makeup on and she doesn't look unattractive, y'all. She doesn't. But there's tons of examples of her just looking a lot more youthful. This was only 2 years ago. How has she aged so much in 2 years? How? Now, I will agree with this too, and you can go to the wall after this. Lovejoy says she got Charles Manson eyes, and she does. Gematria says Pat may be a warlock in the worst way. He's definitely a warlock. There is an account that I follow. It's really interesting because she be around here talking about only God can do it and all this stuff and the blood of Jesus and stuff. That dude follows Orishas. Okay. He follows the Orisha. So that and for some people that is a conflict, but that is what, you know, that is complete conflict, right? He follows on social media, he follows a lot of witches, spiritual workers, and I can prove it. Let me go on my phone and see if I can find one real quick. Cuz I was shocked to see him following a lot of spiritual workers and stuff like this. So who knows what he's doing? Who knows what he's doing? Let me see. Let me find it because I was like, wait a minute. Why is Papoose following this account? And y'all know what? One thing, and when we come back, Sanji, I don't know if you're gonna be up, but I'm gonna end this because we've been up here almost 2.5 hours, and I'm gonna come back and we're gonna have another conversation. I don't think it's talked about enough. The fact that this woman still has that picture up, that video with her entire vagina exposed. Something about that just don't, her entire vagina is exposed on social media and she still got it up there. Now we know that account that posted it, it's obviously her, which that's another thing. Like her even having that account, that Papoose and Claressa account on IG, that is literally, again, her trying to compete with Remy Ma and all this kind of stuff. But I'm sorry, y'all, I'm looking through these screenshots to see if I can quickly find where Papoose is following Orisha and stuff. Let me see. Let me see. I'll find it because I know I didn't delete it because I wanted to use it for content for later. But he's definitely following a lot of spiritual workers. If you go down, if you got the time and you go down his who he follows, he absolutely is. Because I really want Sanji's opinion on Coochie Gate. Like, why is she got her entire vagina out on social media? Why is Pap okay? Why is Pap okay with his quote unquote queen's vagina in full view on social media? Why is that okay? Dominique TV said, I wouldn't be surprised if they leak a sex tape next. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, somebody said in my comment section that they believe that she is the one that is behind what happened with Remy and Easy being exposed. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. So anyway, look, I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all have been awesome. We're gonna have we got to get back to our pre-records as well, but I'm still gonna be doing my lives, but we have to do the actual content. Okay, we love streaming, but you know we got to do our other shit too. So I'm gonna come back a little bit later so that we can do a panel and have a discussion. So I will see you guys later. Let me know what y'all think about all of this down in the comment section. Don't forget to sub if you're not sub, check right now, and subscribe if you're in the clouds. Cause what? We in a relationship. All right, I'll see you guys later.